Hey, for everybody cyclists, for everybody mountain bikers, it's Graeme Street, and you're here with me on a what I would call a Sufferfest ride on the 2012. I've been running this bike with a 34-21, pretty much that divine gearing. I've got some pretty technical, tight, escalating single track where I ride, so a lot of very steep 20% plus pitches. So even with a 34-21, pretty tough to get up a lot of that. In fact, early season I was having trouble and I went to a 22. You spin out a lot on the flats, and what I'm doing today, I'm about 2 weeks out from Single Speed-a-Palooza. This is a kind of like a single speed race of all races. All the pros come in from all over to come do it. DJ Birch will be there, a whole bunch of other different pros, and obviously I'm not racing pro category. In fact, I've never even raced single speed at all, so fitness has been going well. I'm using the Cyclo-90 mountain bike race plan. Very, very tough plan. And being 2 weeks out, this is what you would call an overload week. So the purpose of today was to do what I would call a disadvantage ride. So I purposely put on a 34, which is the rotor in the front, and an 18 in the back. Now I just increased my gear inches big time. You can pull out your gear inch calculator, but with the rotor on there in particular, that 34 acts more like a 36 when it's in the drive position, which is about, for me, about 5 o'clock. When we're in the zero position, it acts more like a 31. So as you pedal stroke, it rotates that circumference, like we talked about. So it gets smaller, it gets longer. And that, is really nice when you're going up tight single track because you can get over the pedal spindle a lot better. But because of the terrain that I took today, it's like 80 degrees in April. My body's not used to it. And I popped at about an hour and 20 minutes in. And I knew that I would. Purpose is to get out here for about 3 hours today and purposely try to put myself in a disadvantage to suffer the remaining hour and a half. Why would I do that, and why would I recommend you do that? Whether you're doing single speed racing or not, when you know you have a race coming up, and you want to try to condition yourself for race pace, it's tough to come out and do a 3-hour solo race pace single speed ride. I don't care who you are, not easy to do. So if it's not going to be a short workout, what I'll do is I'll do a disadvantage or a bonk workout where I know sometime during the workout I'm probably going to crack. And sure enough, I've climbed over 2,000 plus feet today on tight single track, really hot. My legs are exhausted. This is actually day 4, by the way, of training, hard training. So I'm at like a double disadvantage. The advantage of doing that is that it causes your body to basically super compensate. So it forces it to get stronger. So when you hit that wall and your body wants to cry and it wants to break down, you want to quit, you want to stop, all you got to do is just keep trying to pedal. Even if you're going super slow, just keep your body in motion, which is what my objective was until now. I'm pretty much done. And by doing that, your brain begins to learn how to overcome suffering. So when you go to an event, whether it's an epic, whether it's a single speed race, whether it's a road race, whether it's your first century, and you hit that proverbial wall, if you've practiced disadvantage rides, more than likely you're going to have a chance of getting your brain to overcome that obstacle. And what you'll tend to find, and I actually found this today, when you get through that barrier and you keep on pedaling, even though I don't have, it's like I have a bailout gear. That's it. That's all I've got. It's either walk or ride the bike. I've got 2 choices. And obviously really walking is not one of them. So when you get through that barrier, my brain will remember what that feels like. So by chance, if I hit Single Speed-a-Palooza, which again is 2 weeks from now, if I hit that wall because I've chosen the wrong gear, obviously with single speed, choosing the right gear is everything. I believe the winner last year, the pro, was on a 34-16. Based on today's performance, I'm probably not going to run the 34-18. I'll probably run a 34-19. I personally would rather be over-geared than under-geared. I think a lot of single speeders tend to under-anticipate how tough it is to maintain, basically a spin-out gear at 110, 120, 130 RPM with 25 miles. Not that you'll be like that the whole time, but that's a tough thing to ask your body to do. So even though there's not a lot of tension, if you haven't done neuromuscular drills, cyclo hit sessions, things like that, it's pretty tough. In fact, usually for most people, the higher spin rate with less tension is tougher to do than the higher tension climbing style repeats. I want you to think about that. I know many of you have already tried that with the HIIT sessions. In any case,